All right, 2022 LX, a new luxury icon has been born. Basically, a new Land Cruiser wearing a Lexus badge. And we all know that the Land Cruiser has made quite a name for itself. Very good. And now this is the latest iteration of it, bearing the Lexus name. It's more baller, more prestigious. So let's build one, let's talk about it, and let's see if it's worth your hard-earned money by checking out some of the competitors a little bit later on. But first, let's click Explore, and let's just take a look at it. Starts at $86,900. Honestly, that starting price isn't terrible, but as we're about to see, that's going to creep up real quick here. A couple of styles that you can choose from, a new F Sport model, right? And all of the 22-inch wheels are going to be forged wheel options, which is nice. 409 horsepower, twin turbocharged V6, full-time four-wheel drive, and all the Lexus safety equipment is going to be standard here. And of course, there's no incentives as of right now because this vehicle just got unveiled recently. And I wouldn't even be surprised if some dealerships are asking over sticker price for this. But let's just click on specs here. And we see here all the different trim levels that are available. LX is going to be the base model, but we have the premium, the F Sport, the luxury, and then the ultra luxury. Personally, I think the luxury trim and the F Sport trims are the way to go if you're going to be speccing it out with any options worth getting, primarily like that Mark Levinson sound system. But otherwise, don't overspend on it. Getting the base model is the way to go if you can forego the Mark Levinson. So let's kind of go through this here. 409 horsepower, 479 pounds-feet of torque on paper. That sounds great. And performance-wise, does 0 to 60 in about 6.9 seconds, which is pretty abysmal. 17 in the city, 22 on the highway, 19 combined, tows about 8,000 pounds. A lot of vehicles can tow about 8,000 pounds, so there is that. Double wishbone fronts, multi-links in the rear. All great stuff, no problem. Seems just fine on paper. 0 to 60 is pretty slow, but again, life is more than just a 0 to 60 number. One thing to note about the base model LX, it's going to come as a 5-seater. If you want a 7-seater, you're going to have to step up in trim. So that's the first thing to note about that LX model. When you're penny pinching, that's what's going to happen to you. You're going to be getting a 5-seater. But also, other things to note, you're going to be missing out on the Mark Levinson 25-speaker audio system. It's not even an option here. As you can see, it's an option on the F Sport and on the luxury trim, not on the base model, unfortunately. You can get on the premium model as an option, which starts at 95 grand, but by the time you load it up, you're almost so close to the price of the LX luxury that you might as well just go for that. And another thing, the active height control is not available on the LX or the LX premiums. That's another item that you are going to be foregoing when you go with the more base trim levels. So this is now very clearly a 6-figure automobile if you get it the way that most people would want it. Another reason to consider the F Sport is it's the only model to offer a Torsen limited slip differential. It's got a few other performance goodies here, but let's just go ahead. Let's build it out now that you know where all these models stack up against each other. Let's build it real quick. Let's build the luxury first because that's kind of what I recommend. You get that semi-aniline leather trim, 22-inch wheels, and the 25-speaker Mark Levinson sound. And I am loving this Nori Green Pearl. That is a fantastic Lexus color. But really all the colors are high quality, no problem. Atomic Silver is a nice choice. Looks good on just about every Lexus model. Got the classic black and then the gray. And these two color options are only available with the F Sport trim. Something to keep in mind. Let's go with the Nori Green, but that's really up to your preference. And I do like this kind of cognac interior. We do have a white interior as well that we can choose from. And of course the standard boring black trim level. But I personally like the cognac. And this is something that really baffles me. This appearance package with the matte gray grille. You know, it's basically a blackout package, but look at check out these rims that they put on here. You get like these little 18-inch hubcap looking wheels. just such a bizarre package. I mean, the rest of it looks great. I do like that blacked out front end. You know, it's very aggressive and all, but I don't understand what this 18-inch wheel setup is. Maybe it's good for off-roading reasons. It's obviously going to ride like butter, but just very strange that they would offer this. Maybe it's some homage to like an off-roader Land Cruiser or something from back in the day. I don't know, but it's a very strange appearance package. But here we have the active height control for $1,300. You also have a dual screen setup in the rear. I'm not getting that. It's $2,100. But here's a weird looking 18-inch wheels. Very bizarre. If you know what's going on with this, let me know in the comment section, and let me know if you would actually opt for this. Again, ride quality is going to be amazing with this. And also, when you go up in trim like this luxury model, you're going to be getting the air suspension, but you'll be getting the active height control if you pay up for it here. And this is one of the only models where you can pay up for it. It's not even available on the LX and the LX Premium, but let's go ahead and change that back. And yeah, active height control is really the only package to add here. And you have a couple of accessories that I would personally like getting, like the all-weather floor mats, key gloves for $25. It's nice to get, and some wheel locks. And just about $106,000. That is a very steep price indeed. That's a lot of money. But again, you could save around 20 grand and just get a base model LX, but know that you are going to be foregoing the Mark Levinson, the active height control, and the 22-inch wheels, just so you know. Otherwise, you get all the safety features and things, you know, you get all that. But the other thing is, this is only going to be a 5-seater, not a 7-seater, which is kind of annoying. One of the main highlights with a vehicle like this is the fact that it's a usable 3-row SUV. And this no longer is, because it doesn't come in a 7-seat configuration in the base model here. So 88 grand, that is actually a price worth paying for this vehicle. We'll just build one more, the F Sport, because if you really love this thing, I think getting the luxury and the F Sport is the way to go. And after we're done building this, obviously the looks are totally different with the F Sport. Looks aggressive. To be honest, I personally like the luxury trim more. I think it suits this vehicle the best, but you know, this is a pretty cool option. Obviously, this is going to be the best handling and the best driving LX that you can possibly get, which is cool. Red interior, that's fine. Add that. Yeah, add both of these things and we're pretty much off to the races here. But as you know, $55 for key gloves, that's just obscene. Picked that up from eBay for $20. So yeah, again, $106,000. That's about what you're going to be paying. But with that LX600 model, really not worth your money, because there's plenty of competitors out there that can offer you a lot more. And clearly, if you're shopping for a 6-figure SUV that you're just tooling around town in, clearly you can afford the finer stuff, like this X7 M50i that starts at $99,800. That's a twin turbo V8 model with like well over 500 horsepower, like 523 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. The inline 6 BMWs are hauling ass. This thing is on another level. Yeah, absolutely nuts. We can just build this for fun here. Here, let's just check it out, build your own. And it's still probably going to be cheaper than that LX600 that we built. I didn't even talk about the ultra luxury because that thing costs 126 grand. Never pay that much money for that LX600. It is not worth that much money. It becomes a 4-seater. It's basically like an ultra luxury version. They're trying to mimic like a Maybach, but it's not working. Nobody's going to pay 126 for that. It's not worth it. You got 22-inch wheels here. Cognac interior. You can just choose whatever you want. All right. Options. We can add all this stuff if we want to. Dynamic handling, cold weather package. driver's assistance if you don't know how to drive, executive package. That's about everything that we're going to need here. And look at that, $1,000 less than that LX600 premium or the luxury that we built, and this F Sport. Just ridiculous. And this looks baller. It's German, way more prestige. And you might be arguing to yourself, oh, this is way more reliable and this is going to hold its resale value better. Not really. All cars collapse in value, okay? You pay 6 figures for this. This is clearly going to go down in value. Don't worry about that. Okay, this is not an Apple stock. It's going to go down in value, okay? All of this crap is. And don't the new Tundras have like a turbo issue or something? So, this is all just disposable garbage, okay? This is a lease and dump. That's what you do with these vehicles. The rich have realized that. Everybody in my area, okay, all the rich douchebags that live near me, they're stocked up and they're loaded up on new European cars. This is what rich people want, okay, the European stuff. When we're talking about near 6-figure automobiles, we're talking about GLSs, BMW X7s, and like Cadillac Escalades. And we even have a new entry from Jeep with the Wagoneer, the Grand Wagoneer. That's also about $100,000. You can load up a GLS 450. One of the unfortunate things is for 2022, the GLS only comes in a 450 model. No more V8s, no more AMG models. This is all you can get. Getting the classic black. You can really load this thing up. And even at $90,000, this is going to be better value than that LX600 for sure. I know we've forgot something here yet. Yeah, $88,000. I mean, come on, that's basically what the LX600 starts at. So that's just insane. And really, you don't even need a M50i. You can just get the regular X7. For sure, because the inline 6 in these vehicles, they haul ass. I mean, yeah, the Lexus sounds good on paper, but it's never going to be anywhere near as quick as these BMWs. And like I was saying, depreciation does not matter here. Clearly, you're an individual with over $1 million net worth if you're considering a 6-figure daily driver or a near 6-figure daily driver. And all of these cars are going to come with a minimum of a 3-year warranty. You're covered for the first 3 years. But you're just going to dump it in 6 months anyway, so it doesn't really matter any way you slice it. Yeah, you get the point. If you like Lexus so much, if you're a Lexus cheerleader, that's fine. Just don't overpay for this stuff. What should you be considering if you are a Lexus freak? IS500, IS350, good choices. ES hybrid, and with the SUVs, all the NXs, okay, 2022, the NX has been completely redesigned. This is what you should be considering, and the RX models. That's it. No more than that. And if you really love Lexus, and also if you really love driving, and you absolutely have to spend 6 figures, this is the only place where you should be spending 6 figures with a Lexus product. This right here. Okay? Nothing else. You love driving, you love Lexus, this is what you get. The best road car, the best new road car that's sold today. If you have the money, this is an absolute privilege to pilot down the road. And you might be asking to yourself, well, this is nice, but where can I put my ungrateful children? Well, don't worry, I got something for you. Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I got something for you. Just wait 1 second. I'll show you where you can shove your little kids. Okay, this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to leverage our money. We're going to be leasing this, financing this, whatever. Zero down. We're going to be leveraging that credit. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to plop that cash down on this bad boy right here. Look at this. Barry Sanders Nissan has you covered. 2 racks, and there you go. We're rolling deep, huh? Looking good. This is where you shove your little children at. Okay? That's the daily driver. This is your 6-figure Lexus that you just have to have. All right? So spend that money here. Don't spend it on this scam of an SUV, okay? You're way better off spending on the Euro stuff. It's going to look way more baller. It's going to drive better. It's going to be quicker than this, despite this having more horsepower and more torque on paper. Okay, that's really irrelevant. And besides, this looks like a Wagoneer from the back anyway. So there you go. No, okay, but seriously, jokes aside, yeah, I really would get like an X740i for sure over this Lexus. The Japanese stuff is at its best for under 60 grand. That's where they really shine. Okay, RXs, NXs, those are your best SUV choices from Lexus. Also the Acura MDX, that's another vehicle to really consider. So I'm being serious there. That's really your best options, but let me know in the comment section. Do you like the new LX? Is that something that you would consider? Let me know in the comments. This is a lot of money that we're spending here, 6 figures, 100 grand. That's not a joke. I mean, you can come over here to the M section, get yourself like an M5, right? I like how we're building an LX600. Now we're on the BMW M page. It's pretty funny, but anyway, it's true. I mean, at 6 figures, you have options. You have a lot of options. I mean, you can get an X5M for that type of money. Just so you know. Okay? So, ask yourself, do you really need a 3-row? Because the 2-row stuff like the GLEs and the X5s can be had for way less money, okay, with the twin turbocharged V8 engine. Okay, this is like AMG prices that they're almost asking out of that LX600. Keep that in mind. Hopefully this opened your eyes to something, opened up your perspective, but thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.